Hello everyone, welcome back to Clusterbmilkshake. I'm your host, along with Sexy Legs, Mr. Chicken Support Puppet. Today we are going to talk about why a narcissist seems evil. I want to discuss the underlying behaviors so you can see that we're not demonic. What we do have that Eckhart Tolle talks about in his book, A New Earth, is that we have a very heavy pain body. Now, this is ego protection. All of us have an ego, and when conflict arises, it is our egos fighting with each other. We don't look at the underlying person. We don't look that, we look at they're all bad. We do that to you. And basically, the monster that I'm fighting inside is that ego protection. Because I never want to get hurt again, like I did when I was small. Now, there's a lot of conflict already going up here in our head. Sometimes we can be at peace and nothing happening until we have an outside source. This is why a lot of people will tell me, yeah, I don't think I have, a problem now that they're broken up. It's like, yeah, because you don't have a mirror reflecting all the things that you're projecting onto them and vice versa. Now, here's some examples. When you come to your partner with a problem and they aren't in the mood to receive from you because, they're self-focused on what's going on with them, all the things that are pissing them off, whatever happened out in the world that day, but social media, the news, they're ruminating about their own negative past. They could be, thinking about, shit about you too, So you come to them and they will be annoyed. They could say hurtful things. I don't care. They'll say shit like that. They will give quick fixes so their own suffering's going to stop with your extra stuff that you're putting on us. This will seem dismissive. Judge them for their moods. Yes, we will judge you for not being in a Zen state. This is double standard, of course, because we are unable or have the tools to do that for ourselves. So we will criticize you for being in a bad mood, for not being able to regulate your emotions when we can't do that for ourselves. Calling names and put downs. This is, verbal violence. And this is, a step further from criticizing. This is not true. Now, we, will be so just over the hill, making a mountain out of a molehill of the situation at hand. And we want to stab you in the heart. And to do that, we will go to the extreme. Not only belittling you, but it's so easy to call you a bad word, to make you stop in your tracks, to make you be like, you're evil, first of all, for saying those things to me. You don't care about me at all. And then all of these things are swarming around inside of you about your self-worth. and everything. And then you will attack because they have become a threat to your own ego protection. Complaining about what needs aren't being met in the relationship. Family, friends, co-workers, kids. When somebody is always criticizing and complaining about everything, you're just going to see them as a dark cloud, an energy vampire. Because anyone who emotionally dumps on you all the time, there is no joy in their life, is going to weigh very heavy on you. And you're going to, start thinking them as this, evil demonic thing that's sucking your life source from them. And yes, this is what is happening. Now, there are tools to help you get along with your people better. I always do this in the morning, so my voice is like, you have not spoken all day. But self-reflection of the downer person is not happening. And so you're the receptacle for all of their pain. Okay? Being critical of every move you make. Since we can't control our own stress and anxiety, we're going to project that onto you and criticize all your movements. Some of us have anxiety disorders, so they can display OCD. You moving something is causing them massive distress. The way you do things is fucking with their head. And of course, they're going to make it your problem instead of seeing it that this is a them issue. Now they can come to you and, ask you to be more mindful of what's going on in their head. That would be more constructive instead of blaming them for doing things on purpose or even gaslighting them. We'll think that you're gaslighting us. We will shame you to correct behaviors. We do this with children. Instead of asking them why they do certain things, or, procrastinating, or giving them space, or helping them out in any way, or just, discussing concerns, or understanding that your child or person may be angry, going through their own shit, struggling with alcohol, drugs, smoking, and then shaming them for that, to correct the behavior. You'll see this a lot when, people don't like their partner getting fat and shit, or even your kids. And so you start talking shit about their body image, and you start body shaming. Talk over you. Now, this is because we want to be heard. You want to be heard. You want your feelings validated, so do we. And sometimes it turns into a fight. Sometimes one person is just talking so much that you stop talking. Sometimes you get angry because that other person won't pause to listen to your side. Sometimes you guys are fighting over feelings and not the actual core issue. And the core issue isn't you're not doing the dishes. There's an underlying core issue there, and it could be you don't care about the household, which means you don't care about me. You don't care about my stress that I have to do all the chores and you're not helping out. And then it's going to come out in passive aggressive behavior, or I'm going to withhold sex from you. A lot of women do that. You don't treat me right, husband? Well, I'm not going to fuck you tonight. So notice that too. one thing with the, okay, so I was talking to a couple dudes, you know, and they just love fucking over talking and stuff. And when I say love over talking, this is their way. And even though that I know it's their way, I got a past trigger going on, and I started like tapping my pen on my notebook, and he freaked out and said, my girlfriend used to do that. She started tapping the shit. I'm like, you're giving me anxiety, dude. You won't even let me talk, and you're really aggressive, you know? And I started getting the same sort of panic attack when another person was doing that. And I'm just like, I started, though I wanted to get upset, I started laughing because I realized what was happening. And I'm just like, you don't like to let other people talk, do you? You know, your voice is going to be heard. Chill. Punishing you for causing these uncomfortable feelings in us. Yes. So when we believe that you are the source of our pain, and sometimes when we get into a fight, sometimes when, you know, if you got a couple cluster bees and one of them is having their fucking, you know, meltdown or projected thing, or they're fucking splitting or whatever. And then the other person is like, well, I'm done being calm. So I'm just going to, you know, put the pain hammer on you and try to correct your behavior by saying every time that you have a mental health issue, I'm going to punish you. That doesn't correct the mental health issue, being afraid of their partner. It doesn't. Now, the person needs to work on themselves by correcting their own emotional regulation through cognitive therapy. They need to realize when they're splitting and see their partner in a gray area. And this takes a lot of work, and you need a supportive partner to do that. So, you know, you're going to start seeing both as the evil one. Sabotaging the relationship to remove the threat. This can become extreme. This can become planting seeds that you will be cheated on. There will be a triangulation to let you know that there's a threat. So you will get fed up and you will want to go. Provoking anger in you, always poking at you. So you will get fed up and leave. Now, all of these things are, you know, we don't feel that we are lovable. This can be a very deep, deep buried feeling where we think that, you know, you are the source of our pain. And we are going to push until we play out the reverse discard. Sometimes we can't wait to get into another fight. So we can remove the threat and relieve our anxiety and remove that mirror. We don't like seeing that ugly mirror at us. But what we don't know is that we're projecting all that ugly your way. Now remember, you do this too. It's just, like I said, our pain is a lot heavier than yours, unless, of course, you have two cluster bees. You'll notice that when you come back from a breakup, that the breakups become quicker. Because we did not fix the underlying cause. We do miss our people. We do want them back in our lives. We do want to have all that great makeup sex and everything. We do feel sorry, and sometimes we won't express it. We want you to fix the issue. Us not apologizing will seem evil, like we don't care about you. You will think that we're coming back to you because you are weak. we're fucking weak too. Otherwise, we would dump and go, right? We do feel helpless. Anyways, so when you come back and you don't understand the core issue of the problem, and you're not working through it as a team, but still pointing at each other, as the days go on, either you're going to continue to fight, you're going to think that that person really didn't want to correct their behavior because they're changing, but you're not changing either. So you're both not trying to understand, ask more questions, be more patient. You're not. You just want one person to change. And sometimes the cluster B is only wanting you to change. So one of you starts walking on eggshells. And this is not good because now you're just going to let things go instead of discussing it because you're afraid of another breakup. And this is going to cause you massive distress. And you're going to blame them for you walking on eggshells. Now, I have been a person who has walked on eggshells in the past. And I know that now that was my fault. I was afraid of conflict. And I didn't trust myself to be in a peaceful state where I could, be understanding. Look at it from their perspective. I was not ready to do any of that. So yes, I would walk on eggshells. I would let things go, and then the resentments would build. All right. We blame you for our suffering, but won't tell you why, except through complaints and controlling behaviors to keep ourselves safe. This is going to come out as evil because we don't know the core issues of going on inside of us. There's a lot of insecurity involved, controlling the environment, anxiety, keeping threats away from our people. You are not to blame for our origin story, and either is your cluster B individual. You are connecting to a cluster B because a cluster B is reminding you subconsciously about the way that you grew up. We are not the cause, the root cause of your pain, but we are your karma because you have not learned your lesson. All right, so like children, we get happy when we win a fight. This will come out as evil. Oh, they fucking smirked. Yeah, well, we won. We won the fight. And it wasn't a fight for greater understanding. It was, I'm protecting my pain by causing you pain. The feeling of relief after a win. We will rescue you from your pain now. We're also happy that you care enough to have pain for us. So seeing you hurt is just saying my partner cares about me, and this is going to come off as sadistic and evil. So there's a lot of things that are not sadistic. There are sadistic people out there, and they have an even heavier core in their pain, where all they're doing is just projecting their ugly out there. And when you start seeing abusive people Don't label them as narcissists. These other behaviors, yes. Being beat up, no. Doing all that revenge shit to cause you extra pain, that is not the disorder, but the person who may have other traits of other shit are reacting from their own pain to make you suffer the way they feel. And the person that goes out there and actually unalives people, they hate the shit out of themselves. And they are projecting killing themselves onto you. So please know the difference. Please see things in a gray area and not so black and white. And wanting to understand the behaviors, not just of your people, but of yourself, is going to bring greater understanding to both. Why we both think a certain way that we do. And a lot of these relationships can be saved if the other person sees that you're trying. Now, I've done this. I know that it fucking works. Anyway, so I hope this was helpful. And fucking have a great day. Namaste.